Good morning, children. Welcome to Narayana Live Classes. This is Sanmesh, and today we are going to discuss Class 8 Physics CBSE assignment, which was provided to you on 27th of June. This assignment is based on the topic Some Natural Phenomena. Let us start with our first question. Question number 1 is, what is the cause of occurrence of streak of bright light and sound during lightning? Again, I repeat the question, what is the cause of occurrence of streak of bright light and sound during the lightning? Now, we have discussed how lightning occurs in our previous assignment. Basically, lightning occurs due to the transfer of charge from the cloud to earth, or rather between the clouds themselves. Okay. So when there is a transfer of charge, we have a streak of bright light, or we will get a streak of spark and the sound. In our day-to-day life also, like sometimes when a plug is not properly attached to its socket, when it is loosely attached, we see a spark coming out through that socket. Okay, lightning is a same type of spark, but it is on a huge scale. Generally it is due to the charge transfer. Lightning is due to the charge transfer. That's why there is a streak of bright light and sound during lightning. So the answer to this question is, lightning is observed as a bright streak of light during a thunderstorm. Lightning is always accompanied by a sound of thunder. So the sound is due to the sound of thunder. The transfer of charge from cloud to earth or from cloud to cloud is called lightning. Just we have discussed, lightning is nothing but a transfer of charge. In simple words, lightning is an electric spark which happens on a grand scale. So whenever we observe a small spark in our socket, when plug is loosely attached to that socket, lightning is the same type of spark because it is also a transfer of charge, but it happens on a huge scale. So I hope the point is clear. Let us proceed further to our next question. Question number 2. Why do we see lightning first and hear thunder later? Again, I repeat the question. Why do we see lightning first and hear thunder later? The answer to this question is, the speed of light is tremendously high as compared to speed of sound. So if we make a comparison, speed of light is around 3 into 10 raised to 8 meters per second, whereas the speed of sound is around 340 meters per second. So there's a huge difference between speed of light and speed of sound in our atmosphere. So if we are watching the sky, we see that the lightning before we hear the thunder. Okay, so before lightning we hear the thunder. That is because light travels much faster than the sound waves. I hope the point is clear. Let us proceed further to our next question. Question number 3. Are lightning and spark from your clothes the same phenomena as the see, we are going to compare the spark from our clothes and lightning. Sometimes there are sparks from our clothes due to the electrical discharge. Like if we wear a cotton like clothes during summer season, there is an electric discharge from our clothes. Okay, there is a transfer of charge, we can say. So lightning is also a transfer of charge, and sparks from our clothes is also a transfer of charge. So we can say that both are the same phenomena. And in around 1752, there was an American scientist, Benjamin Franklin, who proved that the lightning and spark from our clothes are essentially the same phenomena because both are transfer of charge. Both are electric discharges. I hope the point is clear. Let us proceed further to our next question. Which phenomena is responsible for lightning in the sky during thunderstorm? Now, answer to this question we have discussed in our previous assignment also. Basically, why lightning occurs is the moist and warm air is taken up to the atmosphere. Okay, there that air condenses and forms a water vapor. Now, when the weight of that water vapor becomes like too much, it will be difficult for that air to hold that water vapor. It will be difficult for that air to hold that cloud, and those water vapor comes down in the form of rain. So there is a type of like downdraft and updraft of wind. So this downdraft and updraft of wind, it sorts of creates a charging mechanism in clouds. Okay, So due to this, there is a net charge separation in the clouds, as we have discussed in our previous assignment also, in which all the positive charges, they get accumulated on the upper side of the cloud, and whereas the negative charges, they get accumulated on the lower side of the cloud. And as we discussed, due to the induction, the ground gets positively charged because we are bringing negative charge towards the ground. So the negative charge on the ground gets repelled and the ground gets positively charged. So when the magnitude of these charges becomes very large, it will be difficult for the air to even resist the charge transfer, and then the lightning occurs. So basically, lightning is due to the updraft and downdraft of a wind, that takes place in an atmosphere, which creates a sort of charging mechanism. Okay, so it acts like a charging mechanism for the clouds, which separates the electric charges in the clouds, leaving negative charges at the bottom, and positive charges at the top. So due to which the lightning occurs. I hope the point is clear. Let us proceed further to our next question. Question number 5. What are 3 types of lightning? Again, I repeat the question. What are 3 types of lightning? Now, 3 types of lightning are cloud to ground, cloud to air, and cloud to cloud. Now, among these 3, let us look at cloud to ground. Just now we saw, for example, there is a cloud in which we have at the top positive charges and at the bottom we have negative charges, and our ground itself is positively charged due to induction, we can say. And due to the electric discharge between negative charges at the bottom of the cloud and positive charges on the ground, there is cloud to ground lightning. Okay, there is cloud to ground lightning. Whereas cloud to cloud lightning occurs due to the discharge between these negative charge and these positive charges. So cloud to cloud lightning and cloud to ground lightning are easier to understand. But what is this cloud to air? Okay, how lightning can occur from cloud to air? Now, the exact theory, like no one knows about cloud to air, but there are theories from certain scientists that they say that the air above basically gets negatively charged. The air above the cloud gets negatively charged, and due to that, there's a discharge from the upper part of the cloud and those negatively charged air. So that's why cloud to air lightning occurs. Now, there are no proper experimental proofs to support this theory. It's just an theory from few scientists. So let us see some pictures. Now, these are the pictures of cloud to ground. Cloud to ground. As we can see, the lightning is occurring from cloud to ground. Whereas cloud to cloud lightnings looks somewhat like this, internal lightnings. Okay, whereas now cloud to air lightning looks like it is going from bottom to top. Lightning, it looks like when it occurs, when you observe it, it looks like lightning is occurring from bottom to top. Okay, so these are some pictures of cloud to air lightning. I hope the point is clear. Let us proceed further to our next question. Question number 6 is, what is an earthquake? How it is caused? Now, to define earthquake, earthquake is nothing but a sudden trembling and shaking of an earth. Okay, sudden trembling and shaking of earth is called an earthquake. All right. Now, outermost surface of earth, it is not a continuous surface. It is fragmented, and these fragments are called as plates. Okay. So when there is a relative motion between these plates, basically they rub each other, or sometimes they collide each other. So when it happens, when there is a relative motion between these plates, then earthquake occurs. Then there is a sudden shaking and trembling of earth. So basically, earthquake is caused mostly due to the movement of earth plate inside the crust. I hope the point is clear. Let us proceed further to our next question. Question number 7. What are the 2 natural calamities? So we have to name any 2 natural calamities. It is easy to answer. Lightning and earthquake, as we have discussed, are the 2 natural calamities. Now, our last question is, what are the natural calamities caused by earthquake itself? So now earthquake can cause floods, it can cause landslides, and it can cause tsunamis. So earthquake can be like very much destructive and dangerous for our nature. So I hope all the solutions are clear to you all. Thank you all. Thank you so much.